Hi there, and a very good morning here at Sports Today. Like we always tell you what's happened over the course of the last 10 to 12 hours. Welcome to the morning wrap. My name is Harshita Oja, and over the next couple of minutes, we're going to be talking you through what exactly has happened in the world of sport. There's plenty, in fact, that has happened if you are a sports fan. So, without wasting any of your time, let's just quickly dive into the sporting action that has transpired over the last night or so. Very quickly, then starting with the cricket, let's say we all saw that final between the Delhi Capitals and the Mumbai Indians, wherein Mumbai Indians emerged victorious. There were a lot of emotions in the Mumbai camp, especially for Harmanpreet Kaur, who lost who's lost so on so many occasions, I would say, in the final. But finally, then she breaks the jinx in front of the home crowd, and she ends up winning her maiden WPL title. Also, the inaugural edition of the WPL. Let's not forget. So historic title there, a title win, I should say, for the Mumbai Indians. And Harmanpreet Kaur, when she was asked what it meant for her, well, she said that she'd waited for something like this for a long, long time, and this means a lot to her. It's a special win, and it means a lot to her. That is what her initial reaction was when she was asked about the title victory. Let's now talk about international cricket now, and something huge has happened when you talk about significance of series wins or significance of a cricket match win, let's say. And this really means a lot for those of you who follow Afghanistan cricket or support the Afghanistan cricket team, because Afghanistan and God ahead and managed to beat Pakistan for the very first time in a T20I series. This, in fact, is the first time that Afghanistan have beaten any, top six ranked side. For the very first time, they've gone ahead and beaten them in a bilateral series. So a historic win there for Afghanistan. Pakistan in the second T20I were bowled out for no, not bowled out for, beg your pardon. They were reduced to 130 for 6 in their quota of 20 overs. Afghanistan, in reply, scored 133 for the loss of 3 wickets. It was a nail biter, to say the least. But having said that, and there was just one more ball left in the match, but Afghanistan doing just enough on the day to get that all important series win against Pakistan. Talking more about cricket, new news coming in from New Zealand now. Tom Latham will be captaining the T20 side over the next couple of months, because you'll have Kane Williamson and Tim Southee be taking part in the Indian Premier League. And because of that, Tom Latham has been trusted with the captain's armband, which means that over the next month or so, wherein they'll be playing series against Sri Lanka, they'll also be playing a five-match T20I series against Pakistan. So in both those series, you will see Tom Latham be leading the New Zealand side. And lastly, one more thing, when we're talking about cricket, we need to be talking about, like here at Sports Day, we already told you yesterday that the BCCI has come out with the annual retainership for its centrally contracted players. There were a lot of talking points in that, and yes, of course, KL Rahul was downgraded from the A grade to the B grade, and some of the other noticeable changes were the fact that there is no place for Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Riddhiman Saha, Ajinkya Rahane, your former vice captain, Deepak Chahar, somebody who's not been involved in international cricket for a long time owing to the injury that he suffered last year. Well, he doesn't get a contract either. So all these noticeable names, missing out this time around, and somebody, or rather the one player who's actually made a huge jump, or the biggest gain, it has to be Ravindra Jadeja, because he finds himself alongside Jasprit Bumrah, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma in that A plus grade category, which means he'll get paid 7 crores by the BCCI for the year 2023-2024, as the BCCI has now announced its central retainership contracts. Shifting focus now, we've talked enough cricket. Let's just shift to focus and talk about football now. And this is news coming in from the Premier League. As far as Tottenham Hotspur are concerned, well, they have now parted ways by mutual agreement with their former manager, I should say now. Antonio Conte. And this was, in many ways, if you ask me, something that most of us saw coming after that, massive rant of sorts that Antonio Conte went on after the 3-1, after that draw against. Against Southampton. They were leading 3-1, the Tottenham Hotspur, but then Southampton staged a comeback, and Antonio Conte was just ballistic in that press conference that took place after the match. And this was something that we all saw coming. Speaking of who now gets the reins, well, it is Christian Stellini who will be now the manager of Tottenham Hotspur, the caretaker manager for the end of the season. He will, and his assistant will be none other than Ryan Mason. So that's another announcement that the Tottenham Hotspur have made. Since we are talking about football, we must also be talking about, or I should be saying, telling you about what happened in the European qualifiers. Yes, the English side brushed aside Ukraine as they faced yesterday, but there was somebody, who again managed to score, and that was none other than Cristiano Ronaldo. He's now taken his overall goal tally to 122 goals for Portugal, and in yesterday night's match between Portugal and Luxembourg, he scored twice, and that's taken his tally now to 122. With many people asking if he can go ahead and reach the 150 mark. Well, at the moment, he seems to have found his goal scoring form. And since we are talking about the two goals, those two goals came in that 6-0 rout of Luxembourg that took place yesterday, and it was part of the European qualifiers for the next year's edition. And lastly, though, since we have been celebrating our gold medalists, our women gold medalists, there's something that we managed to, in fact, we here at Sports Day managed to speak with Nikhat Zareen after her second world title here in the national capital that took place yesterday. She emerged triumphant yet again, and when she was asked what her next ambition is, well, she went ahead and said that she's now looking forward to the gold medal at the Olympics, and the journey is only going to get tougher from here, is what the two-time world champion said. Also, since we are talking about her, we must also be talking about Lavlina Borgohain. She also, later after Nikhat Zareen's bout, ended up winning her bout. And as a result, then after India completed this magnificent run in the World Boxing Championships, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was also elated after these four gold medals, and he's congratulated the Indian boxers for a terrific show at the World Boxing Championships. Thank you so much, as always, for joining us here on the morning wrap here on Sports Day. Always a pleasure speaking with all of you. Do stick around because we're going to be bringing you all the top stories from the world of sports all through the day as well. Thank you so much.